Child, we gotta talk. We have to talk. I wasn't expecting to do this live right now. I wasn't expecting to do any of this, but BTS forced my hand. No, I'm just playing. What's up? Welcome to the emergency BTS live. We have a lot of things that we need to talk about after this fiesta dinner had dropped. Did it just get connected? Lord, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my comments. What's up, brown eyes? What's up, happy eyes? We got some things we need to discuss. What's up, Shelling P? Child. Y'all know I had to discuss this. All these years I've been doing readings on BTS. Lord. My day has been filled with BTS. What's up, Nikki H? What's up? I think I'm gonna wait for a couple of more people to come, and then girl, we gonna I don't know what to start with. Should I start with the light topics? No, nobody saw this coming. Nobody seen this coming. I missed your lives. It's been a long time. I already knew this would happen, girl. Hey, Erica. Girl. I mean, like, we kind of did. Like, my cards told it all. My cards have been telling the truth since the beginning. How they've been feeling behind the scenes of everything that's been going on. I literally feel vindicated because I've been arguing with different fans, so I'm blue in the face, about the music not being up to the par and the quality of what we know that BTS can get to. Like, I feel vindicated about all my stuff. Arguing me down like I don't know what I'm talking about. But hey, Lord, what should we get into? The lighter stuff. Let's talk about the lighter stuff because we gonna get into the heavy stuff later. But hopefully, I don't know if I think I'm gonna come back on here with my friend Paris because we call this whole thing before it even happened, and we have a lot of things that we want to discuss about K-pop and idols in general, and like how there's not enough like breaks for idols in the whole system, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, so let's get into our first fun topic. Let's make it fun, and then we're gonna get into the serious stuff. So the first thing was I thought it was cute that Min Yoongi was busy learning, did different little things. You know, he got his whole schedule. He piled up. He stacked up. Okay, 1 p.m. is gonna be the English lessons. 2 p.m. gonna be the workout. 5 p.m. we gonna do Pilates and dance. Youngie said on my break I'm gonna be booked and busy. That's what he said. That's what he said. All right. For the living together situation, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, they be doing, like, be saying little lies to us, because I had a feeling that they have been living separately for a while, but just wasn't telling us that they was living separately, because low key V had dropped the bomb that we've been living apart and having our own experiences apart. So We've been doing this and that. And like when he was saying that, I was thinking, so y'all been living apart for some time then. Yeah, yeah. You think they was living apart even before the pandemic? Happy eyes. I think so too. I think that they were like living apart before the pandemic. Telling us little lies. Telling us little lies. Anyways, but they were saying how it wasn't easy living together, and that they became more close after moving out. Um, yeah, but I still think it was hard for them because some of the members like being around each other, like for Jim, and I can imagine it being hard for him because he really enjoys being like around people. So I could see that being hard for him to adjust. But they acting like they don't go to each other's house and be hanging out. Please, they know they can't live without each other. All of them been in an apartment for a long time. Yeah, they've been living together for a long time, and like they were saying, like it's not an easy feat, and that like it is becoming ridiculous because like they're all like about to hit 30 now, so it's like why should they all be living together? But yeah, because I was wondering myself, I was like, so how long are y'all really planning on living together? I thought that it was funny how they was basically I thought it was really, really funny how they were giving us the tea on each member's house and situation. They was tattletelling on everybody at the table. That was so funny because they really spilled the tea on Jungkook's house, huh? With the whole house full of mattresses. You know what? Yeah, because men ain't that clean. The Jake on the house of mattresses. You know what? I'm not gonna make fun of Jungkook. I'm not, because you know what? My place ain't really set up in the most conventional ways either. Okay, I don't got no mattress, but I don't have no seating area and arrangements either. So you know what? I'm not gonna make fun of him in his mattresses. My man has said he ain't inviting nobody over to his house anyway, so he gonna get these mattresses in this living room and lay down wherever he wants. In the air filter, my man said he got about 10 air filters throughout the house. Dang. You know what? I'm not gonna make fun of him because I'm close to getting 5,000 air filters myself, man. My sinuses and stuff be acting up so bad. Shoot. I'm about to get all them air filters and air purifiers. Shoot, got my sinuses and nose swelling up. But I thought that was so funny. They were just telling each other in Jin's newlywed home. That was so funny. They was just giving all the tea on Jin house. He got a newlywed house. Well, it's been 3 months since I cleaned properly my room, so I won't say anything. I ain't saying nothing about Jungkook's house. I don't even have a couch. I'm not saying nothing. Oh my God, yes, the laundry. He got a whole room area dedicated to laundry. This man, wow. That's impressive. That is impressive. Because I don't think I could. A whole thing dedicated to laundry. I'm like, and here go Yoongi. He's one of my top 5 weird dudes. I'm like, oh my gosh. All my life, I haven't heard of a house full of mattresses. If I didn't know better, I would have thought that he'd be doing all these kinds of weird things. Look. He said he is not going to abide by social norms. He's gonna be a rebel, and he is breaking out of social norms. So forget your dining room, forget your living room set. We gonna have these mattresses right here. He said, y'all ain't coming to my house, no way. He said, y'all ain't coming to my house, so I'm just gonna be comfortable. Lord, that is too funny. So Jen got the newlywed house, and then RM got the art house. And I was with Jen. I said, excuse me, sir? You clean? You make your own bed? Me and Jen. So you make your own bed too? They said Namjoon's house was like a museum. Oh, it's common in Brazil to have a laundry room in the house, but not in the kitchen. I mean, like some houses here in the U.S. have laundry rooms. It's just our laundry room is just not as big, but they have laundry rooms here. And like I know some people set up their garage like a laundry room, but yeah, I never heard of the dining room being a laundry room. It must be real serious. Must be real serious. But yeah, I am surprised that Namjoon's house is clean. I am so he has to hire a maid. He has a maid hired. I'm not gonna believe this. He has a maid hired. I don't believe any of this. He's hired a maid. What, Namjoon probably paid his ass for that house and furniture, because you know he like wood and all. He said he like wood and all. He said he better get it together. What, my laundry? Oh my, your laundry room is in the dining room. Okay, all right. We got somebody who got a dining room like a laundry room. But yeah, but RM, I don't believe it. You know who they didn't talk about? Oh yeah. And then Yoongi's house is like, he said, a model home, so that means his stuff is clean. It's decorated. It's furnished. I'm scared. I'm scared to ask for an invite to his house. I'm scared. He gonna tell me no in a rude way. Brown eyes in my house is in. Oh, it's in your laundry room is in the second floor. Cause I know, like in like U.S. homes, it's like it's an actual room, but it's a tiny room, and it has like the washer and the dryer, and then they have the shelves you could put stuff, and then sometimes some of them have sinks. I guess you can wash something in, but yeah. What, you're always lazy to go there? Brown eyes, where you live? What, you from a country? Yeah, I'm in the US. Yeah, it's just a tiny room, but with no shelves. Oh, brown eyes, you from Brazil? Okay. Yeah, but you have a tiny, yeah. And in the US, it's like a tiny room. Some have shelves, some don't. It's just whatever. But yeah, but Yoongi said he had a whole model home. His dad is criticizing his decoration taste. um. Oh yeah. Did you catch that tea that Jin got is have a whole tent set up in his living room so he don't got to make up his bed? This dude, this the housing situation in Korea is weird. You can't really have villas, so they have to fit their things in all kinds of different ways. Okay, but he's rich, and I know he has more than enough room to not have laundry in the living room. I can see that situation for Koreans who don't make that much money and they're just in common living areas. Yeah, I've seen their apartments. It's tiny, sure, but he rich though. He's taking advantage of the rich privilege. He's taking advantage of the rich privilege with the big rooms, and he just decided he was gonna make this the laundry room. I wonder how Jimin, J-Hope, and Taeyang houses. You're right, they didn't talk about their houses. They didn't even say anything about their house. What he has a house and not an apartment. Who you talking about, Shelling? You talking about Jungkook? But yeah, I was wondering about Jimin and J Hope's house. Oh, you talking about JK? Yeah. So JK has a house, yeah, not an apartment, yeah. What, Jimin is never home? Probably. You know Jimin ain't never home. Jimin is calling somebody, hey, do you want to hang out? Who home? Y'all home? I bring over some food. Y'all want some food? You know he be having them excuses. Jimin gonna come with them excuses. I know who house he probably at. He probably at J Hope house. You think Jimin the house hopper? Jimin be going between J Hope and JK house. He be on the mattresses with Jungkook. They be watching Netflix together. He probably be trying to get into Tay house. I don't think Tay be letting him in his house though. I'm just playing. I think he do house hop. What, J Hope is so out of it. My God, I bet J Hope house is very trendy. Jimin and Namjoon live in the same apartment. Roommates forever, Lord. Yo, J Hope was tipsy. Yo, he was tipsy. His whole everything turned red. All like I know when he's tipsy because everything turns red. I know when he good and drunk and he feeling good. All of this is red. It's red, and he get real quiet and he just be zoned out. He'd be like, it was so funny. They was trying to make him talk, and he's just like, so yeah, like, why y'all trying to make this dude talk? And he drunk. J-Hope was the first one crying. Look, I need their emotional drunk butts not to do this no more. Just the amount of times they put stickers on his face. Child, J-Hope was gone. I don't know. What was they had whiskey at the table, right? I don't know how they got on this whiskey. I blame Min Yoongi. He was gone. He was tipsy. He was good and tipsy. They had whiskey and soju at the table. Lord. They was getting good and lit. Soju, whiskey, ever. Child. They was getting they was trying to get that liquid courage to say what they had to say at the table, cause I know they was nervous. They had to be nervous about like how they was going to say what they needed to say to the fans. Gosh, I guess we gotta get into the serious part. I'm gonna speak very honestly tonight. I'm gonna speak very honestly, like I do on Tumblr, because I feel like RM has opened up the gate to where I can finally speak freely now about how I've been feeling about a lot of things going on with BTS. And what, I don't know, But yeah, I'm gonna speak seriously. I'm gonna speak from the heart. I'm not gonna censor myself like I've been doing, and because I just feel like there's not going to be any more arguments, because they said basically what I've been saying for the past few years or so about a lot of things that BTS has been doing. So, and then too, I just want to say this, like, I'm talking from a place of experience. I've been a K-pop fan since 2010. Okay? I've seen a lot of stuff happen. I've been through a lot of stuff. I have seen groups disband. I've had my own personal most favorite group close to my heart disband. I've waken up to news of my favorite K-pop singers taking their lives. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not trying to come from a place where I'm misinformed or I don't know what's going on in K-pop. No, I'm very aware of what goes on in K-pop, and I'm just speaking from like a place of experience and things that I've seen and experienced and things that I worry about when it comes to BTS, and just like things that I've seen affect groups on the long term level, on the bigger picture of things, instead of a very small picture that we look at like right now, like living in the moment right now. Right now, living in the moment, all we care about is numbers and if they got number one, instead of the long term, like how I see with Big Bang, where it's like the long term was your music stands the test of time. You have dedicated fans, and all of the achievements don't matter because your music is standing the test of time, and that's all that mattered in the end, was your music, your quality, and what you brought to the table, to K-pop as a whole. And I just think that sometimes we get so tunnel vision on our group, and we get so tunnel vision on our favorites, that we don't want to see how everything is going to play out in the long term, because everything feels so good right now. So when I'm speaking and being honest about certain things, that's the place I'm really speaking from. I'm speaking from a very honest, been there, done that, experienced it. I care about this group. I love them and I care about their future kind of a place. And I'm really like that with a lot of the K-pop groups. And the reason why I'm so hard on girl groups is because like, I know they can do better, but I know that how Korea is with the misogyny and everything, they're being held back from doing better, you know. And I know it's a fight and a struggle for them to be at the quality that boy groups are. So yeah, so let's get into some of the serious things that I've been wanting to say and kind of get out and get off my chest. I think a lot of fans underestimate a lot of negative effects and true concerns relating to them. Yeah, that is true. So my first topic I really want to touch on is how it was really heartbreaking for me, because, you know, I've been at the beginning of BTS when they first started out, when they were like nobodies and they had that one costume change. I came in on them with the whole boy in love era, with the school fits and the suits, and they only had that one costume change and they had to dance in them hot suits. Man, I felt sorry for them then. But yeah, that was really heartbreaking to see RM just feel lost, like he lost his way, like he lost who he was as a person. And that that kind of really broke my heart. And then at the same time, I kind of knew that was happening to him, especially around the whole Most 7 On era. Like, knew that was starting to kind of happen to him, because he was mentioning in different articles how like he's kind of running out of ideas, kind of running out of inspiration on what to do next with the group. Because remember, after that Love Yourself era, like they kind of like that was the end of the story trilogy, right? And in my mind I kept thinking, well, what are they going to do next for a story trilogy? Because that is the thing that makes BTS, and that's what makes them stand out. And I feel like that's what they brought new to K-pop was the short stories, the trilogies, and within those short stories was like, you know, a message of love and hope, of dreams and going after, you know, your dreams and stuff. And I kind of knew like when they lost that they were kind of going to start being in trouble. And I could see him kind of losing sight of what BTS was. Two, also, plus the company grew to such a big company, you know, and that I just felt like they lost their way in that too, because, you know, they were so excited. Now they became the top, you know, 3 companies in Korea, and it was just a lot going on at the time. And I just felt like they were really like losing touch with what made them BTS. Maybe they forgot themselves, prioritizing us. Yeah. I don't know. You know, the company saw them as a singular unit that makes them money and not individuals. And I'm not surprised they begin to feel like they are BTS or nothing. That, and then I also feel like with BTS, I felt like the members felt like they wouldn't be strong solo artists on their own, because I remember them saying at the beginning of BTS during America Hustle Life was, they all used to say like, hey, we cover each other's weaknesses. Wherever somebody is weak at, we have a member covering that. So from there, I knew there was like a lot of insecurities on themselves as performers. And a lot of insecurities on their talents, and they didn't feel like they would be strong enough to stand on their own. And I think that's why they were so afraid to do solo stuff. And then too, it just wasn't them saying that in America Hustle Life. It was also Jimin on you remember it was that documentary. Oh my God, I forgot what it was. Burning the Stage or whatever. And Jimin just seemed like so frightened when J-Hope was saying, oh, you know, one day we're going to do solo stuff and we're going to have to tour alone. And Jimin looked so scared. Like he looked so petrified to do that on his own. And you remember he was struggling with his voice and his stuff. And then I knew like this is from my personal readings with the cards, J-Hope struggled with his own talents and him believing in himself and thinking if he's good enough. So I just really think like they were scared to even do the solo stuff on their own because of those insecurities. That is very common for a group situation, I think, to see support in the solo stuff, but they'll get way more confidence. Yeah, I think that once they do the solo stuff by themselves and they see that they're doing pretty good, I think they'll get more confidence in doing the solo stuff. But I think that's definitely what stopped them from doing the solo stuff. I think themselves didn't believe in themselves that they could be good solo artists. And then it's scary kind of leaving the comfort of a group, you know, of a group that you know that will back you up. Like if you make a mistake on stage, you know, so a group can distract the crowd and cover it. But when you're solo, you know, and you make a mistake, no, they gonna see all of that. Like, you know, unless you like Beyonce and you know how to kind of cover it up and then keep on performing, cool. But yeah, it's a lot on your shoulders when you're doing solo more than in a group, you know. but yeah, with the RM thing, that was really sad to see him and admit that he was losing his way. That was very kind of heartbreaking to me. And then also during the pandemic, he was starting to realize that, you know, the group was changing and that it was very hard for him to accept that the group was growing and that the group was changing. And then too, I don't think that he paid attention to that because I don't know, maybe he was like me during the pandemic, angry. Like, I dealt with a lot of anger when the pandemic started up. I was very, very angry. And I guess he was angry too, and like the anger kind of blinds you in a certain way to how things really are. To how things are really are, and I know he was really, really mad at the COVID stuff, so I think that maybe his focus was more on him losing the tours, the this, the that. I mean, COVID really did make you feel like your world was falling apart. You know, like, because all the normal things you can do, you couldn't do them anymore. So, I mean, like, it really made you feel like your world was coming to an end and falling apart. So I could see him paying more attention to that than thinking about, because to me, I felt like if he really needed that time to think, that period with COVID was the time to do it. It was the time to have some time to yourself and really think about, what are you doing? How are you going to get through it? What can be the next steps to BTS? I really felt like that period would have been a good time for everybody to go on hiatus. But then I was talking to somebody on Tumblr, anonymous on Tumblr, and they made a really good point about how basically how the pandemic kind of messed them up, because remember when the COVID was hitting and they were shutting everything down, they were ready to do that tour. They was ready to do that Most 7 tour. So that means they lost money on that. So I bet you the company pressured them into working during that time when everything was shut down during COVID. So that doesn't give you much time to think about anything. So they could, you know, make up for that revenue that they lost on the tour. So that company probably pressured them for all them online tours or concerts, and probably pressure them to do the English releases and try to do something in the West, since the West was way more wide open during the pandemic than any other country in around the world. So I do think that was a good point that person made, where basically they were just trying to recoup the money and they were just trying to press on. And also too, I'm gonna get into this later because I am gonna read the army, I don't care. The pressure of the fans, and I admit I'm guilty of this too, the pressure of the fans wanting them to do something or say something or come out and do something. I'm guilty of that too. I was screaming at the top of my lungs wanting them to do something also and say something too, since I felt like they were that group that talked about, you know, the world and unjust things going on in the world, and like, you know, COVID opened up the Pandora's box of a lot of unjust things going all around the world. People were protesting about racism and things like that. And I was like, well, aren't y'all going to say something? I mean, you built your platform on this. Ain't you going to say something? And, you know, I feel guilty about that too, because I should have never demanded that, because they were going through their own mental things and their own things too. And shouldn't have felt so obligated, you know, to say anything about it or whatever. And I would, like I said, I'm guilty too. I wanted them to say something. I wanted them to be about something. I felt like at the time, was like, this is the time you say something, because this is the time where you either real or you not, and without thinking, well, they're going through the same thing I'm going through. Like, this is a totally a traumatic experience, because everything that was normal is now dropping away, Hey, Paris. Hold on. But the pandemic was hard for everyone. Yeah. I think it was this time that the cards started to show toxic people around them. Ooh. Yes, that was the time. Actually, the card starts showing toxic people around BTS at the beginning of Mode 7 promotion, when they did the release of Black Swan. I started looking into the cards, and the cards started showing that the staff around them couldn't be trusted. And I started getting that feeling too, like the staff around them couldn't be trusted, and that the staff kept on doing things without their okay and approval. And that was making me uncomfortable. It was really, really making me uncomfortable. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that part was making me very uncomfortable, because the staff was going behind their back, doing things for the album and this, that, and the other. And then when they have to sit down and watch stuff, they were like, oh, I didn't know you guys did this. Oh, I didn't know that. And I'm just like, how didn't you know? Like, what is going on? I never think celebrities should be forced to say anything, but I think people give celebrities too much saying power. Well, I felt like at the time that BTS's situation was unique, because they built that platform on speaking out against things in society. That's what their group started on. Like, when they were doing hip hop and they were talking about everybody say no, like they were saying, like everybody saying no to the societal pressures of everybody wanting you to get a 9-to-5 job and not follow your dreams. And and they commented on a lot of things on society, like with Silver Spoon and all that stuff. And to me, I felt like, wow, you know what, you guys are becoming real activists, and I just felt like the company silenced them, and I felt like they kind of silenced themselves and kind of like lost their way. And like I said, I think my demand was kind of selfish, because I just felt like, well, this is the time for you guys to say something without being sensitive to, okay, they're going through the same like trauma and wow, like you are, like they're going through the same thing like you are, like trying to maneuver your way through COVID, because it was a scary time. It was a very scary, frightening time, because you didn't know if going outside was going to count for life or death. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't know if you went outside just to go pick up groceries and come back, if you were going to live when you come back, because you don't know if you're going to get sick, and then you don't know how your body's going to react to COVID. So it was a lot. It was a lot, and they were sharing that same pain and sharing that same thing, So I would say that was kind of selfish on my part, and selfish on some other fans' part too. But I really felt like the selfishness really came from is when fans demanded that they come out with something, or they felt like fans demanded for them to come out with something during COVID and to soothe them and to make them feel better. Like, where was their soothing? Where was to make them feel better? But no, they worked hard for us during that time. And I feel like that was like just kind of just selfish on our part to demand that from them. And then it was really selfish on High part to demand that from them, just to recoup your money. Like, forget their mental health, forget, what they're going through. No, it's just how we gonna make this money, So it was just a lot of just selfishness going around. And I just feel like that pandemic thing really messed them up because I think at that time they were already just burnt out. They were already burnt out. They were already exhausted. Artistically, they didn't have anything else to give. And I could tell, and you could tell it through their music, they didn't have anything else to give. Yeah, I think from Hype Takeover, everything changed. Yeah, that's true. I wish. That's true. I wish they would have taken the time to recuperate. Yeah, I really, really wish that they would have had taken that time to just recuperate and not feel like they had to make an album for us. Like, I really feel like that would have been the perfect time for the hiatus. Everybody can just relax. Try to live as much of a normal life as you could in COVID. And because I know, like, being an artist myself, like when they were talking about, you know, how hard it was for them to like write lyrics and they didn't have anything left to give. And being an artist myself, no, like just forcing yourself to like create something and nothing's there. I just know how draining that is, and I know how disheartening that is. And for them to say like they were at that point, I was just like, yeah, y'all needed that break. Like, y'all needed that break a long time ago. A long time ago. You remember at the awards show when J-Hope and B broke down crying, talking about the disbandment? Yeah, I remember that Mama Awards where they were crying and they were talking about disbanding, because I think that was probably the beginning of them being burnt out and them saying, hey, we don't got nothing left to give, you know? I think from there, like, okay, so this is how I feel like the hiatus thing should have been done. I feel like they should have had a break a long time ago. After, let me see, what album that I was not really feeling? I would say the Tear, Love Yourself album, that Tear album. They should have just taken a break either before or after that and then just came back, because I just felt like that album wasn't up to par. And the reason why I felt like the album wasn't up to par, because it didn't go within the theme of Tear like all the other albums did. The other albums did really, really good and went into the whole theme of Love Yourself, but then that one last Tear album, it just didn't go with the concept. So I'm like, okay, so did y'all run out of creativity? If you did, like, just take a break. And I felt like really bad that they felt like they couldn't take a break. Lord, I'm getting all off my my topics I wanted to touch on. So talking about the idol system, how when RM was going into talking about the idol system and how it leaves no room for K-pop idols to mature, to grow, man, he told the truth, nothing but the truth. I wanted to say, here you go, Namjoon. Take this mic right here, go to the mountain and tell it, preach to the people, because that is the stuff that me and my friend Paris, we always talk about, how K-pop leaves no room for these idols to grow and mature and bring that to the art. Man, this system, and then the crazy part is, like, not too long ago, Top said the same exact thing in his interview, how like with the idol system, it's like, you know, everything's all good when you're boys, and then when you turn to men, you're outdated. The idol system don't want nothing to do with you. You know, it's all good until you're men, and then when you're men, you're even tired of doing it. the system's tired of you, and you know you don't have that longevity in the career. So I felt like what he said was the truth and absolutely nothing but the truth. Because when he said that, I almost screamed hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, I'm sorry. Cause it don't, and then like what he was saying like was true. You working, you got all of these schedules, and you don't have time to think. They don't give you a period where you could just sit down and really think about what you're gonna do. What's the next thing? What's the next move? You're just going. You're performing here, you're performing there, you're getting makeup done, you're getting hair done, and there's just no time to just sit and gather your thoughts and think. And he was so on point with that. And then I was talking to my friend Paris about it, and she was like, you can't have these idols running and think that this is not going to do any kind of damage to their mental health. And she was telling me a story about like what SNSD were saying, that one of the members was saying like they were going so much that that she didn't even know that she was like if she was 23 for 3 years. She didn't know. Everything was blending into everything. She didn't know what days of the week it was. She didn't know what year it was. Nothing. Just keep on going. And that's how all of these idol lives are. They just keep on going and just don't have no time for themselves. And I feel like that's the detriment. And I feel like honestly too, that's what happened to Big Bang and with GD. And you can see the effects of that with GD in his mental health. Like, dude really has some bad mental health issues. And it's crazy because of, like, I had seen this fan-made video talking about the lonely life of G-Dragon. And if you watch that, it was so eye-opening but sad at the same time, because it talked about the pressures of K-pop and the number and the job it did on his mental health. So I feel like that's what happened with Big Bang. They ran out of creativity, they ran out of gas, but they didn't tell us fans that they were going on hiatus. You know, I think that they didn't have the bravery like BTS had to say, hey, we're gonna take this break and we're gonna come back when we can come back. You know, it was just, they stopped making an album. They didn't give us any music for about 2 to 3 years, and then finally Made came, and then we didn't know that Made was going to be their last album, which we should have known because they didn't have any plans to do a second album. But, you know, like I said, they didn't have the bravery like BTS have to face the fans and say, hey, we need a break, you know. And they didn't even let us know how bad GD's mental health got. They didn't even let us know or tell us anything about that. They literally played that whole thing off and hid it from us really well, you know. But that's the thing I'm so proud of RM for, is for standing up for himself and his group and saying, hey, we need a break. We taking this break. And I'm so proud of him for that. And I just feel like now that's the Namjoon I know. That's the RM I know. To stand up and say, hey, you know, we need this. We need a break. We're men now. We need some time to live our lives. You know, we have nothing to give these people. So in a way, I felt like I got my old BTS back. In a way, this dinner made me just, it felt like I got my old BTS back. Like, oh, there you go. Those are the guys I know, you know. what in GD's situation has a lot to unpack. He goes back and forth in and out of the public. One minute he's here and the other minute he disappears. Yeah, the GD situation is a lot to unpack. That's and like watching, and this is why I got so concerned for BTS after watching what happened to GD. This is why I got so concerned for BTS, because when you put pressure on one member of the group to carry the whole group in their success, you and don't have other people in the group to pick up the slack. Like that's the thing I did like with BTS. Like, not one member was writing songs. Each member had a divided share in writing a song and kind of carrying the group that way. But with GD, he was the only person that they counted on to make songs. And that really, I really feel like that impacted his mental health in such a big way. And that's what I was worried with BTS, with them leaning so hard on RM to do all of these things for the group. And now you're slowly seeing how it's starting to even impact his mental health. And not only just his, the other members of the group, like Yoongi has said, he was like, yo, this is impacting me too, because like it's so hard for me to write a song now. Like, I'm squeezing out things to write now. So I mean, just like it's really a mental stress and struggle for all of them. And remember my last live where we was asking what BTS mental health was, and you remember I said it's not great, but they know how to manage it. But it's not like, I didn't get no sunshine cards for the mental health. So that made me worry too. I didn't say it on live, but that did make me worry too, because I didn't know how they were going to maintain the rest of whatever they were going to do after this comeback, because of the mental health issues that wasn't being worked on or addressed or managed the best way it can be managed. It's like they learned to live with the pain, pretty much. They learned to live with the stress and the pressure. It kind of reminds me of JK. One minute he communicates every day, and then the other, haven't heard from him in weeks. Yeah. Like I said in my last live, how the members try to balance out their lives, as some things they hold off and do in private, and some things they come out to the forefront and show you guys. And it's a delicate balance with them, but I think Jungkook tries to balance it the best that he can. So I think like when he needs kind of like a break from the public and the public eye, and he just wants to just be alone and be himself, that's when he takes that break away and nobody hears from him. And then when he wants to be back in the public and wants to share something, he'll do that. And I think that's, a lot of members have done that. I wanted to, do you guys have anything else you wanted to say about that subject? Does anybody have anything else that they want to say about the subject before I go into my next one? One thing I'm glad with BTS is that for the most part, they all try to create boundaries with the fans. Yeah. You ain't got nothing, Paris? Okay. You don't got nothing. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna jump into the next thing I wanted to talk about was B expressing that he thinks that no matter what BTS produces, that the fans are going to be with them. What Jimin disappears often now. Yeah. Okay, so with the V thing, I'm gonna have to disagree. Agree to disagree. I agree that the fans are going to be there no matter what. I agree on that part, but I didn't agree with his percentages of the 90% is going to be okay with whatever they. No, I disagree because we basically it's happening now. Basically, it's happening now. We don't like, half of these fans don't like the content that they have produced with that whole permission to dance and that butter and whatever. Half of us was not feeling that. We was not liking that. Okay, we've been talking about the quality of the music and how the music is getting boring and mediocre and mediocre. And I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't signing up and buying nothing from that. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna disagree with you, bro. No, bring us the quality that we want. And if you do want to try a different sound and you want to play around, make sure that it sounds good. There's plenty of times that idols have dipped in different musical genres and sounded fine, sounded good, but this is the problem. Y'all ain't sounding good. Y'all not sounding good. Y'all got this boring. This is why I wanted y'all to take a break. This is why I wanted y'all to just step away, take this hiatus, because y'all have been subjecting my ears to this acoustic nonsense. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going in. This acoustic, boring music was not it. I'm sorry, it was not it. No, boo-boo, no. If you gonna produce something, you gonna come out with something good. Come out with something. And you know what? They have played around with stuff that was not straight R&B, like that whole Greatest Moment of Life album. That was totally pop, strings, rock, things like that, and it sounded good. It was fine. But what y'all doing now? No, V, don't do it, V. Don't kid yourself. Sorry. I had to put this mic on mute. I didn't want cough in y'all ear. Girl, what? Better late than never. At least Namjoon brought it into the front. And even if there was someone not aware, they know. In these times, we tend to be closed and quiet. Oh, saying that Jimin is dealing with a lot and it's a major change. Yeah, this is a major change for Jimin. It is. But going back to the whole V thing. Do not disillusion yourself like that. No, we want quality music. If you want to try something different, but make sure that what you trying sounds good, that is up to quality. Don't hit me with that depressive acoustic music. No. Moving on. Jimin expressed how they have a lot of things to say to the fans, but can't be honest all the time. And What now? Hold on. We're going to have to back because I'm reading the comments. The auto-tune they put on a vocal line in the English releases is terrible. And making them sing out of their range too, I just can't. Wait, the way V said it seemed to me like he found comfort in that. You can find comfort in whatever you want to find, but I'm here to let you know, boo boo, You see, Jen is already in the comments reading you, telling the truth about, hey, we want the quality. Don't be doing all this auto tune and stuff. Like, and I already said, I don't want this boring acoustic music. Give me something else. But yeah, but with Jimin, when he said that, it kind of reminded me back to when I read the cards on them, and I say a lot of things that they're really feeling and thinking behind the scenes with the cards that they don't really say publicly. And you know, he is right about that. Like I said, I think the company silenced them on a lot of things, and then too, they silenced themselves because I think they're scared that we might take something the wrong way and twist it, and then you know how sensitive the Korean public is and the Korean fans are, and you know they could take things in one way and flip it and just have it be something negative. So I definitely agree that there's some things that they don't want to be honest on, because sometimes the honesty doesn't look pretty. Sometimes the honesty of, we don't really like this song, or we're tired, we don't want to do this anymore. Like that can be a lot. Finding comfort in fans is never going to be fulfilling. Let's be honest. I think that's a hard lesson that they're going to have to learn in the long run. Remember when Black Swan came out and all of the auto-tune, you couldn't tell who was who? Which I don't understand why they even needed the Black Swan thing with the auto-tune and Black Swan, because their voices the voices themselves sounded fine on there. But yeah. That was kind of like the beginning of the quality of music being affected. And the crazy part is like when that came out, and before that came out, I think at the end of the whole Love Yourself series, where the songs were starting to get even more auto-tuned and watered down. Cause you remember that album I Hate, and I had went in on and I did a whole review on it because everybody was arguing me down on Tumblr about how great they thought that album was, but that album wasn't great, and you can hear like the quality dwindling down on that album, and they did a lot of auto-tune on that album too. And like that's how much you know I forgot all about that album. That's how much you know I just didn't pay attention to it. It's still not on the playlist. It's still not on the playlist. But yeah, like, man, I cannot tell you how many times I've argued down fans about me being concerned about the quality of BTS's music. Like, seriously, I had to do a whole album review because they told me I couldn't just say it sounds bad and I don't like it. They literally told me I couldn't say that. What, girl, don't get me started. That Boy With Love song was already going down from there. You want to be real honest? DNA was the beginning of the fall. Because if they would have stayed in the blood, sweat, and tears lane and gave us quality like that, they would have been fine. But once they did DNA so poppy, it was, I felt like they kind of lost their sound from there, you know. They kind of lost their sound from there. Then the next album sounded like a whole like demo, not up to quality. Cause remember, they was working with all of these American singers and songwriters or whatever who was giving them songs, and I was just like, this. I don't like. I was concerned then. Like, where is this going? Like, how long are they gonna last like this? I was very concerned then, and still arguing with fans swearing up and down. These stan fans that came into the fandom, quieting out the real fans, the real vets, and just co-signing to anything that BTS is doing. And us real fans are saying, no, stop doing this, because we want quality, we want the best for them. But no, they wanted to silence us, which they successfully have. And this is why we're here now with the whole hiatus. Hope you're happy, stan fans. I hope you're happy. Now we're at a hiatus. They're tapped out creatively. They're tapped out, and now you're getting a whole bunch of solo works. Hope you're happy. And now we're left with a goodbye song that isn't even up to par to what we even wanted as a goodbye song. Yeah. The stan fans had forced them to churn out songs and albums. Armies are so irritating. I'm sorry, they will eat anything the boys put out. And this is the thing I was keep on trying to get them to see. If you keep eating up what the boys put out, you are failing them as artists. You're failing them because you're not letting them be the best they can be. You are telling them that, okay, this little mediocre, this low quality, low budget song, oh yeah, that's what we want to hear, instead of giving them constructive criticism, saying, no, that ain't it, that ain't your best. Come harder. And then when they come harder, you can say, yes, that's it. We making that number one. That's the song. That's what we want to hear. And they could have been giving us consistency through the years. But no, you guys just was so concerned with them performing at the Billboard, so concerned with the number ones. You sitting up here eating up, starting wars with other fandoms because you wanted to look the best and be the best. Downgrading, disrespecting other K-pop vets, other people that was revolutionary in getting K-pop in to where it is right now. You want to dismiss them in their achievements so you can look the best. And so, like, we're here now. We're here now. Hope you're happy. We're here. They sitting up. They sitting up at the table crying. If I'm telling you, if we would have not, if we said no to half of these songs and didn't get them number one, they would have had quality music right now to this day that would have stood them the test of time. Because right now, what I fear and what I know is going to happen, and what is happening, is when I take a step back and I look over the discography of the quality of their music, I personally do not feel like some of the songs are standing the test of time. I don't. But when I take a step back and I listen to Big Bang's discography over the years, quality, standing this test of time. Like, and that's what I wanted for BTS. Like, the bigger picture was, I wanted them to have quality music, quality discography. I wanted them to be highly respected in the music industry. I wanted them to have a long-lasting career in K-pop. And the only way you can have that is if you have quality, long-standing music, you know? And I feel like this should not just be based off of number ones and the fans. It shouldn't, because fans come and go. Fans come and go. Fame drops. Fame is up and down. But the music will always stand in the end. Always stand. Well, let me read some of these comments. Armies are so irritating. I'm sorry. They will eat anything guys put out. For real, fans will shut down anything remotely negative and then cry when BTS speak out acting like they didn't shut down others speaking up on it. At least we got Stay Alive this year. I think the heavens for that. I know Stay Alive was really good. It was. I miss the old song aesthetics. I miss the old song aesthetics too. Like I felt like that's when they sound the most like themselves. Like, that was their sound. They should have kept that. I think BTS is very aware how toxic armies have become. Do you really think so, Erica? Because I feel like sometimes they not aware. I almost behave like that because I thought it was correct. Thank God I saw the problem. Yeah, I mean, you silencing everybody who really has their interests at best. You silencing everybody who's saying, look, like, this song is not up to par, up to quality. And they try to silence me too and tell me, oh, you're not right and you're not this and not. Bruh, are you for BTS or are you not? Like, I'm starting to question you. Are you really a BTS fan? Or are you just here because they're popular? Because I've been here before they was popular. So, are you a real BTS fan? Do you really care? Like, man, trying to argue me down with these lackluster songs. No, they're good. No, they're not. I don't know what you listen to, but this is not good. What, you almost lost a friendship? Man, I lost a lot of followers for speaking my mind and for what I stood on. I lost a lot of followers, and lo and behold, I'm right. Yesy Love, hi, I'm Mom, a fan of BTS since the beginning. Okay, girl, I'm totally agree with you and everything. Even my daughter was a big fan, and if BTS don't go back to the way they was before, she stopped listening to them. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, the fandom had became so toxic to me that it wasn't fun anymore. And I started pulling away too from BTS, and I wasn't following them anymore as heavy as I used to. And that's the real reason why I got out of the fandom, because it wasn't fun anymore. I felt like I was I felt like I was getting silenced. I felt like I was like getting almost held down and choked, like not to say nothing. And I was just like, this is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. And two, it was starting to feel cultish to me. It was starting to feel like it was a cult. And I was just like, this isn't what the fandom was supposed to be. Like, this isn't what this was supposed to be turning into. Like, in the beginning, us hardcore fans, and Yesy Love noticed, in the beginning, us hardcore fans, we never silenced each other. We never said, oh no, you can't say that. We never done none of that. You know what I'm saying? And we were always honest and upfront. If this was the song, it was the song. If it wasn't the song, it wasn't the song. You know, like we never done that. We never attacked each other. And then two, what I used to love about the fandom was we can joke. We used to joke around. And we had inside jokes with BTS because they used to pay attention to Twitter and what we were saying back and forth. We used to have so many cool inside jokes and laugh. Like you remember the whole "we got jams" thing and "you ain't got no jams." Like that used to be a cool, funny inside joke. Nobody took that seriously. Nobody took it, flipped it, turned that sideways, and made it like ammunition or made it anything bad, like what's being done now. Like you can't even joke on nothing now. Like if you joke, you'll have 5,100 people on your butt straight up getting mobbed and bullied. Like it's insane. Like I really literally had to leave. K-pop should be about music quality and enjoying comebacks and not just numbers. And that's what I hate, because like now I feel like that's what K-pop is turning into. It's turning into a numbers game. It's turning into a who can do number one game instead of the quality of the music. It's so frustrating to see that, because like it's not just BTS I'm seeing that with. I'm seeing that with a lot of K-pop groups. It's like the quality of music is not there no more. And people are just obsessed with views. How many people can view it? How many people is going to stream it and listening to it? Like, and half of the stuff they're streaming isn't even good songs. Half the stuff they're streaming and putting at number one, not even good or worthy songs. A huge part of it is fans and not understanding that they are not obligated to love or even like everything your bias group puts out. I don't even know how we got this way with fans. If it takes you 30 minutes, if it takes you 30 times to listen to it, to like it, yeah. I remember when Korean Army got mad because they say they're going to be American too much. I remember that too. This is random, but I feel like you're reading about some of them revealing their significant others might come true sooner than we think, because I didn't expect them to go on hiatus this year. Look, I don't know what my readings be conjuring up, but if all of the readings I have and then some drama break out after them, my next reading supposed to be Everglow. So could I conjure up an Everglow comeback? Girl, that might come true sooner. Wouldn't it? Was the spirits helping y'all get prepared for that? Oh my gosh. What? I was with you and I saw you losing followers. Yeah, I lost a lot of followers because of how I felt. Yeah, they created the fandom in a bad image. Yeah. I wonder if you can get to where I wonder if they can get to where they were without people obsessing. I felt like being you felt like you were being in a cult, Erica. It's not just K-pop, pop too. All stans are weird about numbers. Ugh. Stans have ruined this fandom. Stans have ruined this fandom. Stans have ruined the quality of BTS's music. And it shouldn't have gotten to this place. The fandom is now about shipping. I was afraid to say anything whenever asked if I was an ARMY, so I would just say I'm a fan because it's not a yes or no answer. I think we can blame the company because they want the Grammy and they don't care if they just using them just for views and them do racist comments about them a big joke all over the news. Yeah, I feel like that was a part of the downfall too, was this whole big push for the Grammys. And I'm with you on that with the company. I blame the company too, because I feel like the company forced them to do those English songs so they can go to the Grammy. But then again, I'm kind of confused with it, because I think half of the push was them and half of the push was the company. And I think the Grammys didn't pan out the way they thought that the Grammys was going to pan out. I think that they thought that they were going to push forward for the Grammy like they did everything else in K-pop, where if they don't win one time, they keep showing up till they win, till they get it, till they win. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what they thought they could do for the Grammys. But the bad thing about that was, I think that they didn't expect was that them pushing for the Grammy and doing everything that they could for the Grammy, that they were going to be losing respect. You know, that they was going to be losing respect, being made to look crazy and goofy because you keep showing up to this event. They're not respecting you, and they're not giving you an award, and they're outright showing their racism, and you keep showing up to the function. Like, and I think they wasn't betting on that. I think they were thinking, oh, if we just keep doing it, then eventually they're going to give us something. And it's like, no, boo-boo, the Grammys don't work like that. And that was another thing I kept on arguing about, the racism. Like, people legit forgot that BTS was Asian artists. They arguing with me like they white artists. And I'm like, you do understand they're Asian and they're being subject to the same racism that black artists are being subject to, and Latino artists. You know that, right? I'm legit on Tumblr arguing with people over something that is outright blatantly racist. And they trying to defend BTS as if they're a white artist. They're not white artists, boo-boo. I'm telling you, look, the amount of stupid arguments that I've had to endure over the years because of BTS, because of wanting the best for BTS, child. I think we saw that the last of this year, that hopefully get the message and we'll never return to that. I hope they don't return to that mess ever again. Don't go to the Grammys. And this is the thing too, like I hated that they were ignoring. And I hate that everybody was kind of really ignoring it. Black artists has been protesting the Grammys and been protesting the Grammys for a reason. Black artists haven't just been protesting just to be, they want to pull the race card. No. Protesting because it's been unfair. It's been a panel of white men just voting for their white artists to be on top in the white music that they like to hear. And basically playing in our faces with the categories, playing in our faces with not giving us what we deserve. Like seriously, it's been outright racist. You have the category of best rap album, and all of these, you nominate all the black artists with one white rap artist, and you give it to the one rap artist that haven't even been in a rap game that long. Stuff like that black people are fighting against with the Grammys. And then then when we telling y'all, hey, don't do this because they racist. No, they BTS. Oh no, I don't want to hear it. No, y'all don't know what you're talking about. We gotta try. Try for what? What are we trying for? They ain't gonna get them nothing. What? I got the discussion with a person that said they never suffered racism, and the person didn't want to hear her. You know what? in a way, I'm happy that it kind of really happened, because America and some of these young fans really got to see how racist America really is towards Asians. And not just Asians, black people and any other minority. Y'all really got to see exactly what black people have to fight with on the daily. Y'all got the same treatment as us, so now you know exactly what we have to be up against every day. I'm kind of happy it did happen, to be honest. So now you see. So when I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, don't go back to the Grammy, stop playing that game. Now you see. You know what I'm saying? Do you think their political positions have shifted? Well, from what RM was saying, how he said that he wasn't really trying for anything, and that basically they just made it to the UN and these White Houses because, they just got lucky, and I guess people just agree with their message. I really don't believe that they had any major political views to begin with. I think they were just going, like he said, they were just going with the flow. So I don't think they had a political position, to be honest with you. I totally agree. I only like the positive message of BTS, and at this point, they need to go back to their root. Yeah. I remember Taylor, the Creator, acceptance speech when he won the best album in Shade, and threw that shade at them and never went back. Yup. Lord, she's your roommate? Lord Jesus, Lord Christ. When President Biden invited BTS to the White House, it was obvious it was to get attention, and I think he should have an actual Asian American who experienced racism firsthand. You know what? When that whole White House thing came out, I intentionally stayed quiet on that. I intentionally didn't give my thoughts on that. But when I heard that they first was going to the White House, I got a bad feeling about it instantly. And I just felt like it was, I just couldn't understand why they were even there. And I'm really scared of them getting too much into the political scene. And I think that's why I had a bad feeling about it. I'm really scared about them getting too much into the politics. And I didn't want their group to be overtaken by that. And I think that's why I got so scared about it. And I didn't really support it. Because, man, after COVID, I've seen a lot of things about politics that I don't like. I've seen a lot of things about how they run this country that I don't really like and stand for. And I've seen a lot of how they play the smoke and mirrors game to turn people against each other. And I'm just not, and it really got me out of politics. Like, I don't follow it. I'm out. I'm totally out. I'm so tired of it. Everything been so politicized since Trump, and I'm over it. And what I didn't like about it was just how they just made people separate and hate each other. And I was over it. I was out of it. And then when they announced they're going to the White House, I was just like, what? Why? For what? Y'all don't even need to get in this deep. I already thought they were in too deep when they showed up to the UN with the Korean president. And you at the White House, I was like, why are we doing this? Like, we don't need to get this deep into it. Yeah. Me too. I think that they were being used to push the status quo. Honey, everything at this point is toxic. I'm just like, why are we here? Why are y'all doing this? What? If they get really into politics, you know what that means. You have to sacrifice truths to please people. Exactly. They were used from all sides. And like, I feel like that's why RM felt like the group lost direction. I think that's too. I think he's seen how they were getting used from all angles, and he was just like, yeah, we kind of lost it here. We kind of lost who and what and where and what we're going to be, you know? I'm sorry, I'm trying to go back to the things I had wanted to touch on with RM. Yeah, it's like the whole thing was so heartbreaking when he was talking about it and saying like how at a certain point, how he was gonna call the hiatus, but you know, they kept on getting certain successes and he kept holding it off until now he can't even hold it off any longer. It just needs to be. And I just felt like dang, man, like dang, like you was feeling like that, like you was so scared to say to us like, I need a break, like. But it kind of makes sense though if you think about it, because Dynamite and Butter was doing so big and they were getting so many opportunities to come back to the US and perform and do all these things. Yeah, I could see him hesitating on saying, yeah, you know, I need a break, you know, and I could see that being very scary for him. But man, just like the bravery he showed to just stand up and say, you know what, no, this is enough. You know, let's stop right here, you know. And I felt like J-Hope provided him with a good idea and plan to where it's like, because I honestly think that this whole hiatus is really for RM and other members in this group that just is taxed out and really need a break. I honestly think that that's what this is for. And I really feel like Hosek was like, okay, well, we're going to let you take the break, but in order for us to stay relevant and be in the public eye, we're just going to do these solos. So I really think this whole break is really for him. Yeah. The way to maintain integrity is by not being pushed around and by maintaining their values. And that's what was at stake. And I hope they find their inner voice again and come back better than ever. Exactly. I hope they do. But yeah, I really feel like this whole break is really for him. It's for him to like regroup and grow. For him to really just grow, and for some of the members to kind of take a break and live a normal life so they can come back and really have something to add to the art. Because right now, they don't have anything to add to the art. How can they? They haven't lived a normal life in years. They've just been working in their K-pop bubble, not really living life. You know what I'm saying? They've just been doing shows after shows after shows. Preparing for album after album. Not getting a break in between, like, and that's the thing too, like their breaks wasn't even that long. They were getting a week here, a week there, a month here, a month there, and everything else was hustling. What's the next album? What's the next music video? What we gotta learn choreo for? What's the next studio song? You ain't going out, you not with your friends, you not experiencing life, you don't know what the average person on the street talking about. And that's the thing too, I realized with them, they kind of lost touch with the world. They kind of lost touch with what was really happening in the world. I started to begin to see that with them too, and that was kind of worrying me, because I'm like, so if you lose touch with the world and what's going on, then how could you add this to your songs? Like, how can you add this to your music if you lose touch of that? And that part was like really starting to scare me also. I'm happy that even Namjoon had admitted that, yeah. What I was about to say was, I'm happy that J-Hope is like in preparations for his solo, cause I love me some Hope World. I'm ready for that album. Yeah, he was running out of ideas to write about. Yeah, he was, but he was admitting he was running out of ideas to talk about during the Most 7 album, but nobody was listening to him. Nobody was paying attention to that. Everybody just wanted what they want. But he was even saying that. It said he's going to be more. Oh yeah, he said it's going to be more moody and dark than Hope World 2. Oh, remember, I did his birthday reading or his card reading, and in the cards it said that he was going back and forth between doing the lighter, happier stuff or doing or taking a chance, changing it and doing the darker, moodier stuff. So I guess he found his direction with the darker and the moodier stuff. Lord, I'm trying to remember, was there anything else I had wanted to touch on with that RM situation before I move on to something lighter? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about how I felt bad that they felt bad about or guilty about telling us that they needed a break or they wanted to go on a break. Like, I don't know who was in their ear. Oh, sorry. I don't know who is in their ear about making them feel like they're going to lose all these fans by going on break. But they not going to lose no fans. The fan base is here. They curated a fan base for themselves now where the fans are going to be here. And two, I think what Jimin said was true with the whole, they're unique because, the fans were with them from the beginning. And he's right. But also they have to realize is the fans have also grew up with them too. We're getting older like they're getting older. We want a more mature sound too. We want something different from them and more of a transition too. I think they don't realize that. But I just felt bad that they really felt like they were going to lose us by just saying, dang, man, we needed a break. We burnt out. We exhausted. And RM kept saying that, like, I feel so bad. I feel like we're doing something bad. And I'm just like, no, dude, you're not. You're doing the most courageous, healthiest thing that you could ever do for yourself and the other group members. We are going to see the depth in him. You know what we gonna see from Namjoon when he get off this break? Namjoon gonna come out the house deezed up like this. Well, you gonna have all the muscles, and we gonna be like, what you been doing all this time? He gonna come out that house just shoulders and He not gonna look the same, y'all. Better be prepared. He gonna be at that Hive gym working out. I wonder what his version of dark and moodier would be. Me too. I low key hope that is trap, and he can sing a little bit over. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what I low key. I hope it is like Boy Meets Evil or like Atro Tier. I hope that is really like those songs. But if it's not, I'm still gonna accept whatever he wants to bring to the table. I'm still gonna accept it because, like I said in my last live, I think he's a very unique artist. He has a very unique sound, and I think he would do very, very well. I believe in him. He's one of my faves. I believe. The only person I'm really worrying about is Jimin. I'm really worried about Jimin. I'm really worried about him because I know that he can't see his life without this group, and it's going to be a tough transition for him, but I feel like he'll get through it and make it to the other side. I do worry about him, especially with the solo stuff, because I know like he's going to be worried about if his voice is enough and this is enough. I just hope maybe he grew out of that and maybe he's more mentally mature than I think he is. So I hope that I'm wrong on worrying about him so much, and that he'll be okay. I'm gonna pray for him. We're gonna do a prayer candlelight visual for Jimin and hope that he pulled through. But I do. I really worry about Jimin. Man, when he started like crying at that table and was in tears, oh my God, I just wanted to hold him. I just wanted to I was gonna do the whole mother thing. Come into the bosoms, baby. Come into the bosoms. Huh? You always feel heavy energy on him? Yeah. I feel heavy energy on him and just like kind of depression and a bit of scattered energy on him. Like he has been very quiet the past year. Once upon a time, he used to be doing V lives, but then yeah, I'd be worrying about him. Cause like he's a Libra, like I'm a Libra, and I know how sensitive we can be. And I know how rough those like life transitions can be on us. Especially if our minds are not balanced. It can be a lot. It can be a lot. I know that whole moving out of the group home situation is not easy for him. I can see it all on his face. I know it's not easy for him. And that whole living apart with the members, I know that's not really easy. At first, I really thought that he lived with one of the members in their home. What, Paris? Ariel is watching me? My baby. Mix this with Scorpio energy, and Jimin better be having good friends, because he counts on human relationships. Well, I hope that he make him some good friends outside of BTS. I hope he made him some really good friends to try to, carry him through this time. But he says that he's working, on his solo stuff too, which I do applaud him in the growth on that, where he's starting to feel confident enough to work on songs by himself, and having the members hear and everything. Because remember, he started off like being real shy and only wanted RM to listen to the music, and he wasn't sure about his sound and what he wanted to do. So it's nice that he's being a little bit more confident, like, okay, I think I could do this. I'm gonna start making some music. We're gonna see. So Yeah, he's one of the members I worry about a lot. The second member, and this might be a surprise to y'all that I'm worried about, is Jin. I'm worried about Jin because, and you know, I've been worried about Jin since the friendship readings. Because you remember mentally he was having a tough time during those friendship readings. Um, the reason why I worried about Jin is because the way he's coping and dealing with his mental issues with just playing video games all day, barely eating, locking himself down in the house and just playing video games all night and day. Jin, I'm gonna need you to sign up to some counseling. I'm gonna need you to sign up to some counseling, Jen. I'm worried about you. Um, Jin seems to be lacking purpose and direction. He just wants to sleep. Jen said, I've done everything I could do. I'm tired. Jen said, I don't want to learn not one more choreography. I'm done. I'm tired. I have nothing left to give. I really feel like Jen is giving the energy of I have nothing left to give to the world. I think Jimin is afraid of change and possibly feel lost being alone. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about with Jimin for. True, even what he said about acting, he seems really unsure. Yeah, like I thought that he would be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go for the acting thing, and try that for a bit, see if I like it. If I don't, then I'll think about something else. But he wasn't even passionate about going towards acting. So I'm like, bruh, like, what are we gonna do? Like, let's get this mentality together first. I think he needs some counseling. I think he need to just have some time alone to himself, like RM, get his thoughts together and go get some counseling and work his little thing out and then try to get himself back out, because I think something wrong. What Jen wants to live that retirement life. Jen said, look, my body hurts, so I'm gonna go play this video game and live that life. He really is living the retirement life. All right. I'm going to take a little break because I got to fill my water back up. I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to come back and we're going to finish the rest of the convo on on my on BTS. So hold on one moment and let me give me some water. Hold up one moment. Okay. All right. So, um, what were we on? What y'all saying in the comments? True, even he said about acting, he was unsure. He wants, Jen wants to live that retirement life. Yeah, I read that. Didn't Jen admit to having depression? I don't remember him admitting to having depression. I don't remember him admitting to that. I'm trying to remember if I seen the depression in the cards, which I think I did. I seen the like the depression in the cards, the exhaustion in the cards, because he was very tired, of the life too. I'm gonna admit this. I want to say years back, around when they were getting really popular, and they were like the first time they got invited to the Billboard Music Awards, and I had did cards on them, and one like prediction or lane in the cards at the time, the cards were really saying like how Jen was going to be the person to want to leave the group and disrupt the group, and that it was going to happen in a few years, which I think probably happened, but the group still decided to stay together. So they must have convinced him, which the cards did say that they were going to try to convince him to keep going in the group, to keep talking to him in the group. And the crazy part, the card said the member that would keep talking to him and convincing him to stay within the group was Tay. So I don't know what that conversation was like for them privately behind the scenes before, that Mama Awards. But I do feel like it was either him or Tay that wanted to leave, and the group kind of like convinced them to stay and keep going. So my cards be on point, and sometimes my cards speak on like a distant future, and sometimes my cards speak on that immediate future. So it gets like that sometimes with these cards. But as far as, and it's crazy too with the cards with RM, they've been pretty on point, because I had that birthday reading with him, and remember I was saying like how he's fighting within himself, like he has this conflict within himself about if he's gonna be real or fake or whatever like that. I mean, if you want to go back to that reading, it's there. And it's crazy like how on point that reading was to like what he was sitting at the table and saying. And I'm just looking at him like, wow, my cards really said everything that you're saying right now. Like, I knew he was struggling with something internally, and it just said it, and it was crazy. I remember him in The Swoop season 2. He was moving from bed to couch. Yeah. Yes, Tay was going through it too in 2017. You really can tell the difference from 2016. Yeah. They said that it's been since 2019, those problems. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like everything my cards have said, have shown up about how they really feel is it's come true. It has come true. So, child. Oh boy, my accuracy getting on point. Man, I don't know. Some crazy stuff is happening to me with these readings. I did Jenny, and then the next day, Jenny scandal come out. I'm like, what is going on? Now I did BTS. Now this come out. What are you trying to tell me, universe? Break this down to me. What are you trying to tell me? But yeah. So on a happier note. Wait, hold on before I move on, because I always move on and then I have to go back and read the comments. Anything else you guys want to say? A lot in their heads there has been a lot going on in their heads for a very long time. Yeah, and a lot of them not wanting to disappoint the fans versus them trying to be themselves and please themselves, and I have a whole mental breakdown in dealing with their own depression. Yeah, in a weird way, the pandemic has kept them together longer because their bodies at least got a break from the pandemic. Yeah, and if that hadn't stopped, Lord, who knows. But yeah, that's interesting, because I've noticed that too, that before the pandemic they had injuries. They had a lot of injuries. Their bodies was really tired. They were like really physically exhausted. And and they didn't have that proper rest. And you could tell too. You could tell from their performance how physically tired they were beginning to get. And I was getting worried about them too with that also. Like I be catching certain things, like when I be looking at them and I look at certain interviews, I be catching certain little things from them. But yeah, I was beginning to see like how they were struggling physically on performances, like they were looking tired. And then with Yoongi's whole shoulder thing, like, man, I didn't know that dude was going through it with the shoulder. But when I go back and watch performance, I could see him struggling with the shoulder. And I was just like, wow. Physically, they just got really tired. And for some reason, I don't know if it was them who was pushing themselves to keep doing the concerts for the fans or the company at the time. But I was just like, dude, like, we don't need all these extra concerts. Just rest. And that's one thing I didn't like about how the fandom was turning into. Like, I would literally see people, some of these stan fans on Twitter, begging for them to come back out and have some content and do this and do that, and let's have another run and let's have another this, and I miss seeing them and they're not out. And I'm just like, can they rest? Can they have a rest, a break, anything? Like, and I feel like they've been seeing those kinds of comments and been feeling like they couldn't rest. If they haven't stopped, they would be having this hiatus at the end of 2020. It's definitely must be mentally exhausting being told that they can and cannot say or act. Erica, you hit the nail on the head. It had to be tiring to be that much under control and be like, oh, well, you can say this to the fans, but you can't say that. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then too, I think they put pressure on themselves and put themselves on pins and needles, because you know how the Korean public is. You can say one thing, do one little thing, and that thing can be flipped and turned into a scandal. It can be turned into something to break down this person's whole career, especially with how everything's been going in K-pop lately. Like, everything is a scandal to tear somebody's career down. Everything is something to just tear somebody up. You know, it's not even just a scandal just to say, oh my God, you know, oh, they rivals, oh, all right. No, this is like scandal to take down a person's whole career. So I know that like they was worried about that and worried about getting roped into those things. And if you think about it, they did try to catch them, especially with Jungkook, with the whole girlfriend scandal and then the whole car crash scandal. They try to get on him and try to say, oh, he's this and that. They try to loop them into some of them scandals too. But yeah, like a lot of idols' careers just been demolished because of that. And if you think that BTS haven't been scared of that, that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure too to live your life in front of a camera all the time. That's a lot of pressure. Cause you're filmed like 24/7. You film behind the scenes. You filmed in front of the scenes. You film during the concert. You're filming when you're having casual talks with the band. Everything, the cameras is on you 24/7. It's a lot. I know Tay definitely didn't like that. His tongue just wants to speak his mind, and he's not somebody to bottle it up. No. I know that was breaking Tay. I think that's why Tay too kind of took a step away from the public, and doesn't share too much with the public anymore too, because yeah, I bet you he didn't want to say a lot of stuff. He said, "Oh, I can't say what I want to say, then I'm just not going to do a live, and I'm just going to keep my distance." Of all members, Tay was not here for it at all. And I could see like the displeasure on his face when they were like doing certain things that he wasn't really in full agreements with. What Tay, that museum, oh yeah, with Tay and that museum accident when he went out with friends and they tried to pin that girl on. Oh, he was not having it, boy. He told him off on Weverse. I was like, Tay told him off. Tay said, if you think that incident was bad, wait till the wife come out and y'all come for him about announcing that he married her or he got a significant other. If you thought that was bad. Jimin seemed kind of spaced out to me though. Jimin has been seeming that way for a while. Oh, and then too, have you guys caught during the Butter interviews how was it the Butter interviews? I think it was the American little promotion interviews that they did for Butter and stuff. How Jimin would kind of roll his eyes and suggest like their other songs. Like I caught him say, everybody, we have other music you should listen to On. Did y'all catch that? Y'all caught that? I caught that too. I was like, he not feeling this. Jimin is not feeling none of this. I caught that too. I was like, okay then. No matter what fans say, Tay gonna do what he gotta do, period. Look, if me and Tay got the same personality, we rebels. We gonna do what we gotta do, and we gonna say what we gonna say. Bro, Jimin is also losing his patience, and I feel like the company might try to silence him. Yeah. Jimin mad. Jimin mad at something else. Look. Them eye rolls, I was catching them eye rolls on them interviews from Jimin. Like, why the man ain't on social media anymore? He's definitely a character. Man, I think Jimin ain't on social media anymore because he can't say what he really want to say. So just whatever. Like I think that bothers Jimin too because he can't be honest with the fans like he want to be honest. Like I honestly really feel like Jimin wants to like just do a heart to heart one on one, just be 100% honest with the fans, put everything out there. But I think that company is trying to say, oh no, that's not smart, and this might happen. So he just like, fine, then I'm not doing nothing. I kind of realized that compared to the past interviews, Jimin don't even speak as much anymore. No. Yes, even when I did a reading about Jimin, I got that a person with power didn't like him. Oh, I got that too. I had picked that up too. That somebody with power in that company didn't like him and was like low key bullying him. I wonder if the company has a member that take uppers and downers. Mm-mm. I didn't get that. I never got drugs in the card. I never picked up on that. When he's having trouble with this person, I think it's a male. There's somebody in that company like he's not getting along with. I picked up on that too in my cards. And then I also I think I mentioned this before, but I never put the reading out, which I should just edit and put the reading out. But the reading was saying how something shady had happened to BTS, some kind of shady deal, some wrongdoing had happened to them, and that's how they basically, for the company to make up what they did to them, that's how they basically was able to do the B album. What, they got to be on some medicine, the boys are overworked. I don't know. I never picked that up. Oh, you think it's the new CEO of Hype? Well, we gonna see what the T really is when he come out with his solo, and that junk ain't up to par and the quality ain't right. We gonna see exactly what is happening. Yeah. Yeah, how can they be so active with such little sleep? Um, I mean, they're used to it. Like, they're used to this lifestyle. Like, and they used to do that all the time. Like all of that, them old Bang Tang Bomb videos, how they would show themselves like napping all the time. They're used to that lifestyle. They nap on and off and then do their thing, and just, they'll nap on and off whenever they can get sleep. They're used to that lifestyle now. It's gotten better. Their quality of life gotten better because they got more money, so now they can actually get a full night's sleep. But them idols be used to that kind of lifestyle. Yeah, no way they don't use something to keep their bodies up. Like I said, I've never read anything to where they're taking any prescription pills or anything extra to do all of that. And honestly, they probably are not trying to take that stuff because the scandals that they have with people taking medication. Ask Park Bomb about them questions. Matter of fact, ask Boa and ask Taemin about them questions, because they always try to scandalize K-pop artists taking prescribed medications to help them out. And that's coming from experience. So So, Lord, all right. What was my next? My Muslim then left chat. My mom said, "Girl, you talking for too long. I wasn't even supposed to be on here this long." But dang, I had a lot to get off my chest over the years. Jin might release a solo album. I could see him releasing a solo album. I'm ready for Tay's music. They were talking about how he already got music, but I don't know, he want to make the album perfect. Look, Tay, look into my eyes. I don't give a crap about you trying to make this album perfect. Put it out already. Oh my God. Let me stop, because I really think they be watching me. I think I'm ready. Okay. So this what I want. This is what I really want from Tay. I want Tay to do Neo Soul, because you know he got the voice for Neo Soul, and I want him to do Korean baby makers. I know it's not gonna happen. I know it's selfish, but that is what I want. What you think Tay gonna spill the tea on the album? Shoot, he might spill the tea on the album. He might do one introspective song that's gonna tell us everything we need to know. But that's what I want from Tay. He better have one good soul song. I need something to sound like Singularity. I just need one song to sound like Singularity. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. My God, that voice? Are you kidding me, girl? Okay, let me stop getting myself hyped up. So he's the perfectionist. All right. You know what I hope for Jin if he does do a solo album? I hope that Jin can create his album freely, without the company taking his songs and his music and rewriting it and then giving it back to him, because that Epiphany demo pissed me off. Talking about that's another thing I wanted to get into. Them demos they released, that pissed me off, because how you gonna take Jin's song, literally turn it into a whole different song, and then give it back to him and be like, "Here, sing this." And then I don't see why they couldn't have went with J-Hope's version of DNA. Like, how is the demo song sounding 100% better than what they were releasing? Production house. What were y'all doing? What were y'all thinking? That right there was pissing me off. I hope they don't do that to Jin in his solo album. Let him make his stuff freely and what he want to come out with. They want to keep the BTS Run show going. Is it smart for them to keep the show going? See, this is my thing, though. This is my thing. I just want them to just take a whole break. Just take the break and just let the solo members shine, and just take your break. Stop having all of these things in the middle. Just take your break. You agree with me on Epiphany? You disagree with me on Epiphany? Look, the Epiphany was perfect. The only thing that they had to change was the lyrics. That's all they had to do. They had to just upgrade the lyrics. Everything else on Epiphany was great. He better be doing He better be doing Baby Makers with the music video hanging in jazz clubs, looking at ladies and suggesting looks with your, okay, V better be on his grown man. That's like that. That's what I really want from a V solo. The company cannot just let them chill. Really can't. You think they needed more power on the chorus? I don't. I thought it was perfect. The only thing I think that they just should have changed on the chorus, changed in the whole epiphany thing was just the lyrics. The English, the lyrics kind of didn't make sense. That's all I wanted. J-Hope's DNA was better, to be honest. If they would have released J-Hope's version of DNA, they would have kept their whole sound. But I felt like his version was better too. Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't just take his version and put the other, guys on there, do the lyrics up like they had wanted to, and just keep it the same. Like, okay, I can understand if in the beginning they weren't the best songwriters and stuff and the best producers. I understand that, but people grow and change over time. So I don't understand how the whole production team in house just overrode everything and just decided that, oh, their demos wasn't good enough, or whatever they did wasn't good enough, so we're just going to take it and change it and do, I just don't understand how they just lost faith in BTS's talent and abilities and just overwritten their whole thing and just did whatever they wanted. And the danger of that was they lost their sound. What girls were screaming of just the clip of him dancing in the jazz club. Tay, we want you to be on your grown man. We really do. Did you like the Y2K? I don't think I listened to that one. Jin's voice is amazing. It's just having a chance of showing it in his own. Okay, girl, all right? Jin's voice is amazing. Yeah, he just need. So this is what I thought too about Jin's voice. I was like, so they always want to do these ballads, but they don't never bring Jin's voice to the forefront of these ballads. And I really think that their ballads would sound way better if they gave Jin bigger parts, because his voice fits those ballads. Man. I don't know what they did with the production team after 2016, but they gotta hire them back. Look, whoever was in the production house of 2016, we need you back now, pronto. Everybody else fired. I mean, yet to come. If they would have let Jin have more parts on the Yet to Come, it could have stood out more vocally than what it did. We need to check the credits. Whoever, yeah, we gotta check the credits. Cause, oh boy, man. This production team ruined their whole sound. And then too, what I was saying, but nobody listened to me at the time. So around the release of August D 2, I was listening to it and I thought, this is the exact sound that BTS needs right now. This is the musical direction that they should be going in right now. All of Yoongi's sound and how he did everything, that should have been a straight up BTS album. That is the direction that they should have moved in. If they moved into that sound that Yoongi had for August D2, they could have got back on track with everything. They could have got they could have got their leg up. They could have started sounding like themselves again. But I know I would have been right. I know I would have been right. The way the fans been eating up Run BTS. You know why the fans been eating up the Run BTS? Because it kind of sounds like the old BTS. You know the saying, too many cooks spoil the broth. That's what happened with the new BTS production team. Too many producers, and it's not giving. I'm about to do a whole hallelujah shout, because that's the truth and nothing but the truth. It's too many hands in the pot. Yes, God. If y'all would just let BTS do their thing, if you would have let Yoongi take over the whole, if you let Yoongi and RM take over the whole production of BTS, we wouldn't even be on hiatus. We would have been in a whole different direction. Low key put the guy's ideas for production aside and sold that white ass Hollywood producers I'd never heard. Yeah, they did put their stuff aside and then put in other producer stuff in on what they were doing, and I'm just like, this don't even sound like them. Sorry, not sorry, but the company is the downfall of their sound, and I don't blame the guys. Me neither. Like, at first, I'm gonna admit, I was blaming the guys for the loss of sound, because I was like, are y'all signing off on these songs to sing? And then after they released the demos of what they done, then it got me thinking, like, I don't think it's them. I think it's this production team. I think there is something going on with this production team that's not allowing this group to grow, and I checked producer credits for Wings and compared it to Mode 7, and the same person they got is P Dog. But this is my thing, though. What I don't get about P Dog is that he was great. He was great. But the stuff that they're coming out with, though, is not even his. Some of that stuff is other producer stuff. Girl, I want this type of music on Jimin. If he do this, if there's a chance, I would die in heaven. Ed Sheeran did him dirty with that Permission to Dance, was straight up disrespectful. I felt like that was disrespectful too. He gave him that lackluster song. He gave him that corny song. I felt like that was real disrespectful. I said, Ed, you got better stuff than this in the back. Why you gave him that? And he's like, and he's up here trying to promote it. He up here trying to promote it, acting like it's the best song that he giving them. Child, stressing me out. Talking about this made my blood pressure go up. Run BTS does sound like an old BTS, and everyone eating it up. Even the people that preach that PTD was good, we focusing on it, and I don't want to hear nothing from them fans. You know what? I don't want to hear nothing from them fans that argue me down about Permission to Dance either. Because I was telling them fans that this stuff is corny and it's stupid, and they was arguing me down talking about it was a good song. This is why we here now on hiatus and people boohoo crying at the table because of you. Doggone Stan fans. I really enjoyed the song Heartbeat. It was really good. I enjoyed Heartbeat too. Girl, Permission to Dance was High School Musical. I was not happy with that, and people was dead ass arguing me till they was blue in the face, trying to talk about that was a good song, and it was a gift to the fans. Girl, then take this gift back, cause this ain't y'all. This ain't you. I personally like Bad Habits, and I was gassed because I thought PTD was about to be the same, but boy, oh boy, that was a major letdown. They got my boy JK looking like an emo high school teen, and Jimin doing the TikTok dances. Girl, bye. I was feeling so bad for them. Look, I was looking at Permission to Dance like, y'all serious right now? Ain't no way. They got y'all like this? Oh, it was like so cringy and cheesy. I was just like, this ain't y'all. This can't be you. You're not going to convince me this is you guys now. You're not going to convince me. No. You're not going to convince me. Hold on one second. Because I wanted to get into what we think JK mixtape gonna be. Hold on, give me a moment. What we think JK mixtape is gonna be like and sound like. It was not their vibes, although I thought it was cute. The whole attention was focused on emo cowboy Jungkook. I really changed the way I feel about Ed after this. Me too. You know, but you know who did them right though? Do you know who did them right? Coldplay. Coldplay did them good. Coldplay hooked them up with a good song. Because I enjoyed My Universe. I enjoy that. I didn't think that was corny. I didn't think it was too, I didn't think any of it. I thought it was perfect. Chris Martin didn't let my boys down. But, what? I didn't even want to mention this, but didn't JK look like a high school senior in Fiesta dressed up like... Y'all gonna leave my baby alone in these comments. Coldplay came through, was all over the radio, and I was happy that it was being aired 10 times a day other than, or me too. I'm happy My Universe overtook everything, because I was like, whoo, we gotta wash this Permission to Dance out. You only didn't like the beginning of My Universe. He was JK given 2015. Y'all gonna get off my baby in these comments. Oh my God, wasn't they so annoying at the table when every time Jungkook was speaking or saying something, they're like, he all grown up now, he all grown up. Oh my God, he's wise. He has wise words. Oh, he's grown. He's wise and grown. I'm like, if y'all are so annoying. Please stop. Let this man speak. Every time he's trying to speak, oh, he's grown now. He used to be our baby. Now he's grown. Look at him. They were getting getting on my nerves at that table. I'm like, oh my God. They was giving annoying sibling energy. What, you not gonna lie? You had a moment of happiness with Life Goes On. You liked it. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like Life Goes On. It made me angry for some reason. Oh, I know why it made me angry. I think that was around the time my grandmother had passed from COVID. And just hearing like lyrics like, oh, life goes on, like, oh well, life's gonna go on after this. I don't know, something about that really made me angry. Like, it felt insensitive to me. And that could just be me because of what I was going through. But that song felt kind of insensitive to me. Because I didn't feel like, oh yeah, life is just going to go back to normal, after COVID. When the truth is, a lot of people's lives, especially mine, didn't go back to normal after COVID. Like, we literally lost family members out here. And I don't know, I just felt like it was insensitive. It just could be me. I took it that way. So it made me angry at the time that Life Goes On came back out. Not back out, but came out. He's a wise grown man for like forever. They were getting on my nerves. Like, he'll be 60 and they'll be I know, like, he gonna be a whole 60 years old and they're like, he's grown up. And he's just gonna be sitting up there sighing like he got grandkids, like JK Vocals has seduced you. Oh, you're sorry for it's fine. It's fine. It was she passed like the beginning of, I think it was the beginning of 2021. Yeah. Oh, it was a really, really tough time. Like I said, I was already angry during COVID, and that pushed me over the edge. I ain't even gonna lie. And then, man, they came up with that, life gonna go on. I don't know. I just got even angrier. I was like, this is not words of comfort for me. Like, I don't know. It could have just been me. A lot of armies said they were comforted by that song. So, what they gonna be telling his grandkids? Your daddy grew up so much. But yeah, Jay, oh my God, Jungkook, they wouldn't even let him speak. I'm like, oh my God, y'all annoying. I thought that it was nice that he felt like that he wanted the fans to give their blessings and being okay with them going on hiatus. I'm ready for this Jungkook solo. Jungkook, please hire me. Please hire me, Jungkook. I have all your concepts and clothes together. I have all your hairstyles together. Hire me. I have everything, and yeah, I'm looking forward for the solos. Nah, for real though. I wish these K-pop companies will hire me. I know exactly what to do with your groups and where to take them. I sure do. Hire me and Paris. We gonna get y'all groups all the way together. We got the concepts together. We got the clothes together in the back. We know what everybody need. Okay, we ain't gonna be like staff, like Luna staff, and be like, I don't know what we should do. What you think we should do? No, we got everything. We got everything together in the back. Hire us. Oh Lord. He doesn't even speak that much, and it's really hard to make him express his thoughts unless he's on bratty mode. Yeah, let's stand in line. I feel sad that they even need to ask for that though. Like the K-pop industry is really harsh. Let the man do whatever they want. Why do they gotta be so worried about the approval of fans? And that's what I thought was the sad part too. Like they really felt guilty. Like I had tears in their eyes, like crying, like, begging fans to please let them have this. And it really made me sad. Like especially RM at the end. Oh man, he had me crying. I was like, bro, like you have fulfilled all of our expectations. You going away on a break don't mean you let us down. But he really felt like he let us down just because he wanted a break. But yeah, I feel like it is really, really harsh in that aspect where they have to feel guilty about taking a break. And not only when you take a break, like the K-pop industry moves so fast. Many groups are debuting and it gets so competitive to where it's like they're scared if they take a full break, they're going to lose their popularity and they're going to lose the fans and nobody's going to pay attention to them, which they are right to have that fear, because I've seen that happen to so many different K-pop artists, like BAP. Like they were at the top of their game too. Then they had to take a step back and deal with problems and stuff in their company, and on that break their popularity plummeted, and then when they came back they weren't as popular as they used to be. And that happens to a lot of people too, like when they go back to the military and they come back. And that's the sad reality of it. Like it's like what they're being concerned about isn't that crazy or far-fetched. It's just sad because it's actually happened. It happens, Yeah, like they're the ones that are kind of, yeah, they are kind of scared to take that kind of step back, but it's happened. I feel like Western fans are okay. It's the Korean ones that really have them in a tight grip. Yeah, I feel like the Western fans are, or I should say the international fans are way more understanding about it, because it's our culture. If you think about it, it's our culture in the Western music industry, with artists. Like we're accustomed to waiting for artists. We are accustomed to an artist coming out with an album, then taking maybe a year or two to get the album together, and then finally coming out, and then we all rush to to support that artist. They don't really lose the popularity, right? We're used to that. Korean fans are not used to that. Korean fans are used to coming out with an album all the time, 2 times a year, maybe 3 times a year, and just going and going and going and going. K-pop fans are used to that. Oh, okay, you had this album out. All right, we ready for the next one. Bam, we got the album. All right, okay, cool. This is cool. All right, what about next? Bam, we got the next album. You see it with groups all the time where they may wait like maybe 5 months between albums. You know what I'm saying? They're used to the here and now, quick, let's get it now. As in, international fans, we're used to, hey, do what you do. We'll support the album when it come out, whenever it comes out, whatever. We'll go listen to somebody else in the meantime. It doesn't matter, and it's just not K-pop. Asian music industry is just not afforded that luxury. It's not there yet. That's not their design. That's not their system. That's not what they do. K-pop for real want to keep some kind of order. Yeah. Yeah, like Cardi B. Like a great example with Cardi B. Cardi B ain't really been out with anything new in a minute, but as soon as she come out with something new, she gonna be number one. She gonna be out there. Now, if she did if she was a K-pop and she did what she did, then maybe she might not be number one unless she created that hard, solid fan base. She might not be getting number one or that much attention the next time she come back out. I've seen it happen. Don't be telling me that, Happy Eyes. Okay. I think I'm back. Okay. Yeah, I can see it's lagging. Okay. So, as I was saying, um, with the whole people thinking that they're not going to reach the same level as BTS, um, maybe a few groups might feel like that, but don't underestimate this thing now, okay? Just like we thought nobody could come in and top or get anywhere near Big Bang has gotten, BTS has did that. And if you think another group is not going to come in and touch where BTS is, you got another thing coming. And I keep saying that. Me and Paris keep calling it. Y'all keep thinking that there is not going to be no other group that can come and touch anywhere near BTS. They can. And it has happened and it will happen again. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that. But it's the truth though. It's the truth. I thought that nobody could top Big Bang. Lo and behold, BTS. Yeah, they have to really want it. They have to learn from the mistakes that BTS have, but also capitalize on the things that have been done and what's been done. Because that's the same thing that BTS did with Big Bang. Big Bang was not catering to the international fans, but BTS seen that and BTS catered to international fans. And look where it got them. And the next group is going to come in and see where BTS is not capitalizing on and take that over and be big. Like, it's like the circle of life, okay? It's like Lion King. um there is new content of JK Mullet in the video. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not living through this mullet. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not living through the mullet. I'm not. He gonna get kicked out the house. I'm not living through this mullet. Fame is fickle. Yep. You feel like Bangtan themselves don't even mind that. I don't feel like they would mind it. They're not as competitive. The competitiveness, I think, comes from the fans. The competitive nature comes from the fans. That's what I think. I don't really think it comes for them. I think that they're welcoming any and everybody in the K-pop realm. GOT7 was like that too. They was very supportive, welcoming any and everybody into the K-pop realm. And we'll support them whatever they need. And then me and Paris was talking about how, how older idols you know, the older generation of idols need to come in and like mentor the newer idols and help them with their mental health and help them cope with certain things, so stuff like this won't happen. So like the burnout won't happen like this. You know, they'll be able to cope with certain things. But it's a shame that they don't really have that. And I think that's what Top was trying to do. He was trying to create like an agency where that could happen, where idols got more mental health support or got more support. I think that's in his interview what he was talking about. But yeah, I really wish that would happen, that more older idols can mentor the younger ones, like how you seen on Queen with Horland, how she was like, you know, mentoring the younger idols and telling them certain things. And I wish like that would happen more in the industry. Yo, those trainees is getting younger and younger, easier to control and brainwash. Stray Kids are waiting for them in the corner. Girl, I didn't want to get on Stray Kids tonight. I didn't want to get on Stray Kids. Because you remember on my Tumblr, I was saying that. I said Stray Kids or ATEEZ is waiting for that #1 spot. That's who's really on BTS tail, is Stray Kids and ATEEZ. I bet the company is gonna try it for those guys. Not sure where they stand. I heard that the company I think the company is thinking about trying it, but they don't want JYP to get in the way. So I think Stray Kids, I mean, they're getting up there. They're getting up there. They're starting to get their achievements. So Woo Young looks similar to Jimin. Not to me, really. But I feel like some of his aesthetics is similar to Jimin, and I know like he idolizes Jimin, like he said that like he loves Jimin. Jimin is like his idol. He looks after Jimin. At first, I could kind of see where he was, you know, modeling after Jimin, but now I feel like he's come more into his own, like in his own like style and identity. So I really don't see it in him anymore like I did in the beginning. But yeah, like before he was copying all the Jimin hairstyles, I was like, oh, this boy got it bad for Jimin. He got it bad. All right, AL, thank you for hanging out with me, girl. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good night. But yeah, I did want to I hope that this Jungkook solo drop soon. Call me Jungkook team. I'm available. What, the amount of people that had it bad for Jimin Park over the years, man. Jimin was still your man. Jimin was still your woman. Jimin had it like that, boy. The amount of videos I've seen where Jimin have took grown men. but yeah. Girl, Jimin be having them grown men and they feelings, question they whole sexuality. Wait, hold on. I swear I'm straight. I swear you got me feeling types of ways. I'm like, damn, Jimin, what is going on? What's going on, Jimin? Got these men questioning their whole life and existence. What you mean, hold on? What happened? Don't show me that video. I'm not taking the mullets. Wait, did you see the blurred photo of shirtless Jimin in the group photo on Twitter? I was trying to stay away from that. I was trying to stay away from shirtless pics. I was trying to stay away from pics where people want to have their chest showing to the world. Jin. I was trying to avoid certain situations that had put my marriage at jeopardy. I was trying to avoid everything. He's ripped. No comment. Y'all not gonna, no, y'all not gonna bring trouble to I'm already in trouble because of the Wonho comeback. Okay, there's already trouble in my household because of every time Wonho come back, there's trouble in my household. Okay? I'm already in the doghouse automatically because of the Wonho comeback. Don't be offering me these Jimin photos. Nah. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. That's what we're doing. I'm rebuking him. I'm rebuking Yoongi and Jin. Rebuking all of them. And RM, because did you see how his arms was looking at that table? I'm rebuking it all. Gonna get this. I need to bring holy water next time to these emergency discussions. I need to bring holy water because I'm tired. Lord, oh my God, we almost on here for 3 hours, yo. I didn't think I was gonna talk this long, but I was passionate about what I wanted to say, but I didn't. Dang, I had a lot bottled up over the years. Well, RM working overtime at the gym. We gonna have to close the Hive gyms down. We need a petition. Lock that thing up. Close it down. We gotta close the gym down. I'm telling you, on hiatus, RM is gonna come out looking diesel buff. We ain't gonna know who he is. We gonna be asking, is that RM? RM, is that you? He gonna be out here, part of the Big Titty Committee with Wonho. I'm not gonna know what to do. Y'all ain't gonna know what to do. We just gonna be here, just flabbergasted like how. Is that why he really wanted the hiatus though? No, I'm just playing. He really wanted the hiatus so he can just live in the gym, so he can just get his body up to par. Is that what this is really about? Huh, girl, why did you say that beeline? I'm freaking out. Dang, Jimin be looking fine. The photo you reposted on Tumblr of Yoongi, that Yoongi butt. Oh, that's how he get in the buns is from the Pilates. I mean, the Pilates do set you up real nice. That's right, he did say he was doing the Pilates classes. Fix It Jesus. He did say he was doing the classes. Child. Well, I'm happy that all of them are going on hiatus, so I don't have to be tortured anymore. So I won't have to be tortured and I can enjoy my marriage. Please and thank you. Yo, I'm thinking now, like, the whole comeback with the last performances is gonna hit different now. After all, it's gonna hit different. We might tear up at these last performances. We like, it's gonna be the last time they all gonna be together. It ain't even had to come to this. You got news. V and his friends are gonna release a special in the swoop. I'm watching. Next month? Oh? I'm watching it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching. But yeah, like I was saying, this comeback gonna hit different now. They ain't confessed all their feelings and stuff. I'm also looking forward to the J-Hope Lollapalooza performance. I think it's gonna be good. I hope he come out. He got the little hip hop dancers in the back. Man, he gonna tear it up. I'm really looking forward to that one. Shall I wrap this up, or do you got any more news? Anything else anybody want to talk about before I wrap this up? Remember, we're having the live on Saturday. I changed it to Saturday because we seem like we get more people in on Saturday. What if he releases a new album before? What if who releases a new album? J-Hope. Oh, what if J-Hope releases a new album before the performance, the Lollapalooza performance? I thought he was releasing the album before that, so he can do the songs. I thought he was releasing it before that, or was he not? Maybe I'm assuming things because I thought he was. All I know is that they better put the money and production in his stage like they've been doing everybody else. That's all I know. Oh, there is no indication of that? Okay. I was assuming he performed Hope World. Well, I thought he was gonna perform some of the songs off of Hope World. Well, I had assumed like he was gonna. Well, I assumed that he was gonna release the album first. We have all the new songs, and then he was gonna go to Lollapalooza and perform them along with the Hope World songs. See, this is why I wish he would have just released Hope World 2, and then he would have had two perfect albums to just go up there and go hard on. Yeah, but it's a 1 hour stage. So he gonna be up there for an hour. So that's what I thought. He was gonna. Child, I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to see. That's gonna be our surprise. We're just gonna see. Hope World is 40 minutes, I guess. Or maybe he gonna do a melody of a couple of BTS songs, maybe. Or maybe he might debut some of his new songs. Could be. Yeah, I don't know. I am looking forward to Jungkook's mixtape. I know I said that already, but I am really looking forward to that because I feel like I'm just gonna say it. I'm really gonna say it. I feel like him and V are gonna have very popular solos. His solo artist life and V's solo artist life are gonna go extremely well. But yeah. And like I'm kind of downplaying how big I feel that Jungkook is gonna be. Like I'm kind of downplaying it, but he's about to be huge. And my fear kind of with the whole solo things too is that I don't want this company to be like start pitting them against each other, and I don't want the company to make them feel as though they can't come back as a group because this one person is doing monumental compared to the group, and I don't want that to happen to them. That's my only concerns about the solo stuff. And also my concerns about the hiatus of them coming back together later is I don't want them to be too old to where they can't perform anymore. You know, like I don't want them to be coming back and having difficulties performing. Yeah, that's true. The one with the most staying, well, yeah, the one with the most attention, and and the other ones get shelved. Yeah, I'm concerned about that. I'm really concerned about that. I hope that this company don't do them like that because I feel like that's kind of what happened with Big Bang because it seemed like GD stuff was taking off and Tae Young stuff never it it was huge, but then for some reason it dwindled down and it didn't get as much attention as GD's solo stuff, and I just felt like they started playing a game where they were pitting them against each other, and I didn't like that, even though they still stood solid in their friendship. But I didn't like how that was happening. And then like they totally discarded Daesung's solo. Like he was hugely popular in Japan, and they didn't mention nothing about his stuff. He was huge in Japan, and Sungri didn't. His solo wasn't like oh my gosh so monumental either, but it was kind of like a pitting against each other, and I just don't want that to happen to BTS. I hope the fans really do what Jimin said and really work overtime to support them all equally. So I hope that happens, and that's my only really genuine concern about the solos. You think Jungkook and Jimin will you think Jimin and Jungkook will stand out more? Valid concern with the company pitting them against each other. Hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. Um, yeah, I do think that Jungkook and Jimin will stand out more. I do. I honestly I really think it's three. The Maknae line is really going to stand out more, and I hope with that it don't create that environment where they feel like they're getting shelved or pitted against each other, or things like that. So that is my one big concern, because I already see it even with them as a group, and you can see it on my channel. Which views I have for the hung line and how many views I have for the magne line. You can see it on my channel, the favoritism in it, and it's just, who knows, a hung line. I feel like this though, if the hung line come as hard as they did in the beginning when they were all about rap, or if they come as hard as they did and when they were producing, you know, their mixtapes, they will be very well respected in the rap community, just internationally, the whole hip hop rap community. They will be highly well respected if they came really hard on their solos, like genuinely calling that. So yeah. All right, let me get off of here because I got people calling me and stuff, so let me get off of here. Live is going to be Saturday. We are going to be doing Everglow as the main event reading. I'm thinking about doing the Blackpink reading on its own at a separate video because everybody keeps asking me about Blackpink. I gotta get my K-pop topics together this week because this news right here threw me and my team threw us all off for the week. I want to say keep leaving me topics down below, and I'm looking forward to everybody on Tumblr. I'm looking forward to your conversations. I'm looking forward to the comments down below in those conversations. You know, just sound off below. If you agree with what I'm saying, if you agree with the whole thing, just comment down below. Let's get a conversation going about it. Please, everybody, like this video, all my rewatchers. And everybody have a good night. Have a good rest of your week. I would say everybody on Saturday, if you can make it. And hopefully we can conjure up the Everglow comeback. Oh, and before I go, I want to give a special thank you to Happy Eyes, my mod girl. Thank you so much for helping me organize these lives and organize what I'm going to say. And I know I'll be giving you a hard time. I'm sorry. I love you. I still love you. Thank you for putting up with me, and just a huge thank you for inspiring me to get back out here and do lives and really just speak what's on my mind. Like, thank you so much. You are a blessing to me. So a special thank you to you, Happy Eyes. All right. Good night. See me Saturday. Everybody have a great rest of your week. If you want to talk to me through the week, hey, I'm on Tumblr, and catch me on Twitter. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a good night. I love you guys. Bye.